Hey folks, today I want to show you this Lamborghini RC car that I got in. It says control open doors, gravity sensor. I do believe this was written by someone who is fluent in a different language, because there are a couple odd things. So it says reverse sound, startup sound, trumpet, which we're used to horn in the US, brakes, acceleration sound, turn sound, subject to the sound speed, switching the sound multing. So I guess that means that you can turn the volume up and down on it. Open doors sound, and it says with battery and charger. So on the back, you just have an illustration of the car. On the side, you have an illustration of the controls or remote, whichever one you want to call it. On the bottom, you have a little bit of Lamborghini licensing, trademark information, some warning labels. Then over here you have the method of use, how to install the batteries, power switch, trimming direction. It's got the little adjuster on the bottom for that. Both of them have an on-off switch to cut it on and off, and it shows you exactly how to use the remote. And I will pull it up here, and if you'd like, you could pause. Alright, so let's break into this baby and mess with it. Alright folks, now that I've had a little bit of time to mess with this car, I will tell you that inside the box it does come with 5 rechargeable AA batteries, which is for the car. It does not come with the 4 AAA batteries that you need for the remote, and the box actually says AA, but it shows the picture of AAA, so I ended up getting AA first and then had to go get some more AAAs. So as far as the car is concerned, on the bottom, this is where you put the batteries in. You have to unscrew the screw that's normally here, which I've taken out. You have to switch that into the middle position so the door can come open. Put that in, turn it on, you're ready to go. There's the charging port that you use, the charger that came with it. And here is the trim button, or switch rather, for the tires. If it's going too much to the left or too much to the right, you can adjust that by switching that a little bit. And as far as the car is concerned, I've got a couple fingerprints on it, sorry. The back lifts up just like a regular Lamborghini. The doors actually lift up either with your fingers or there's a button on the remote. As far as the front of the car goes, you've got that Lamborghini logo, and the headlights actually come on as well. So there's 2 different ways you can control this. On the bottom, let me turn it off. On the bottom, you have a number 1 and a number 2 switch. So I'm going to show you number 2 right now. When you turn it on, you've got an annoying sound, to me anyway. So press this button and it turns it off. Now, here is the 2 different ways to control it. On this switch, you actually are able to use, wrong one, you're actually able to use the forward and back button to control the car. And then you tilt left or tilt right to control it. For example, and then you have, there's a button over here that is the door button. Press and hold it and the doors will come open and will shut, and you can stop in the middle. So if you want to leave them open for whatever, oops, just stop and they'll stay open. You have a horn button, but the horn comes through the remote, not the car. And then of course you have the forward and back buttons right here, and this is the sound. Not sure what that button's for. It's not doing anything. I think it might work on the other switch. So anyways, when you're in this setting, this control doesn't work for anything except the stop. It is there is a button right here that stops. So if you're ever going, let's say forward, press the stop button and it stops. It's kind of like an emergency stop. Excuse me. Okay, so on the bottom, let's turn it off. On the bottom, let's switch it to number 1. This will actually allow you to control the device sitting the joystick on the ground. So when you turn it on, there's your sound again. Turn it off. there's the stick on the left is actually the drive, neutral, and reverse stick. So if I tilt it back to me, it's going to reverse. If I tilt it forward, it goes to drive. And then while you're doing that, you can control it, the turn left or right with the joystick. And then the button on the front of here actually works to open the door. And now this is the horn button. The other one doesn't work during this setting. So there are two different ways to actually use this. It takes a little bit of getting used to, simply because in one setting some of the buttons aren't available, but it is in the other, and vice versa. The other one they are and they're not. Anyways, like I said, it takes a little bit to learn. The only bad thing is you don't actually have any real instructions or an instruction manual that comes with this. Inside the box, you get this box that has the batteries and charger in it, and then you have the car and the remote. And the antenna is actually in the bottom of the box, and you have to screw it into the remote. The instructions are on the back of the box, and that is the only instructions you get, so you might want to cut that out if you're not going to keep the box, to let you know exactly how to control the car. So overall, I give this 4 out of 5, simply because it's a little quirky to learn, and because of the, I guess you would say, the awkwardness of the two different modes, and some buttons working, some not, and you really have to piddle around with it if you don't really learn how to use it. You have to piddle around to figure out which buttons work and which ones don't for each setting. So overall, not a bad little toy. RC car, whatever you want to call it. That's it, and thanks for watching.